Fit as a Foodie. Today we're going to go through what I'm going to eat today. It's a Thursday. I have fitness this evening at dinner time, so I will leave the house about 4:15 to walk down to the venue as my first class, Country Fit, starts at 5 p.m. and I'll have a 45-minute session of that, and then 15 minutes break in between that and Decades Reloaded. So I am just about to make some breakfast. I'd normally be at work today, but this week I don't have any. So yeah, I'm going to make some breakfast. I've got pretty much the usual I have, but switching things around a little bit. So yeah, this is what I'm going to eat in a day today. So first things first, I've got a pomegranate here that I need to de-seed because I'd like the seeds. I have got some other fruit, and instead of Skya yogurt, I am going to use a vanilla Kvarg today. These are half a swip. So let's flip to the other camera and you can see me speed through this pomegranate. Okay, so now have a tripod, so hands-free. Ta-da! I have this pomegranate. It was a little bit overripe, so I'm hoping the seeds are okay inside. I have my dish here to pop the seeds in, and I'll have my most important coffee. Just get a knife, roll my sleeves up, and let's get into this. So I like to chop the top off and the bottom off. It looks okay. That's all good. Now that took a few minutes, but with video magic, we speeded it up, and now we've got a lovely tub full of fresh pomegranate seeds. So on with the next bit. Now I like to prep my fruit in advance before layering it all together. So I'm going to pluck off some grapes off of their vines. I'm going to cut some blackberries up. I'm going to tear some raspberries up. I'm going to hull and cut some strawberries. And I don't know if I'm going to put the banana that I've got into my yogurt because I think I might eat that separately. So let's get on with that. Now the strawberries are getting past their best, but we're going to get the best we can off of these. Not so easy to hull when they're turning, but yeah, we need to use these up. So it's going to be quite strawberry heavy today. This punnet has not lasted as well as others I have got. This was a punnet. I don't normally get my strawberries in Aldi, but I thought I would give them a go. But yeah, they just don't tend to last as long. So I am actually going to hull and chop all of these up. I was hoping to save some for tomorrow, but I don't know, maybe I'll have some fruit at lunchtime because I won't eat all this for breakfast because there's a lot of strawberries here, and I do like the combination of having multiple fruits. Just get those out of the way. Just is nicer flavour wise. So we're going to halve these first. I will save the bigger ones, I think, and put those in a separate bowl for later. Put those out of the way. Let's chop these up. I think I might actually stir these through the yogurt. Sometimes stir the raspberries through my yogurt. Sometimes I just top it, but I just think these can go through it today. Hence I'm cutting them very small, so they're going to get stirred through. So let's move on to that. Just pop that to the side, move the hull up. So I've got my vanilla kvarg, which is going to go into my bowl. So this has protein in it. It's a flavoured quark. I never really thought about using quark many years ago. Never really appealed to me, but since I spotted these in a Slimming World magazine, I figured flavoured quark might be quite nice. So I gave them a try and actually haven't looked back since because they are gorgeous. Low in fat and filling. And yeah, the flavoured ones, you wouldn't tell. I don't think you would tell it's quark. I certainly don't. So let's just get all that out. I'll pop these chopped pieces of strawberry in. There we go. Give them a mix. And all that strawberry flavour is going to mingle with the vanilla quark. There we go. Now let's prep all the other fruits. Yes, I may have just licked my finger. So we'll pull off some grapes. Let's get a little bunch of those. Do like grapes. Not as much as a speed food as the berries, but they do have a good filling power. So let's throw some of these in. Got Sable grapes and Tutti Frutti grapes today. Try not to get any stalks in. Now you see I do put plenty in my bowl. I'll move this around, I can get that more into view. There we go. So we'll pop some raspberries in now. Might be a bit refined and cut them rather than tear them today. Found as I've got older, let's chop that bit off there, don't want that bit. Found as I've got older, raspberries don't actually feel as tart as they did when I was younger. Whether that's my taste buds changing or over the years raspberries have kind of sweetened up a bit, I don't know. But I am so glad that I enjoy these now, because a speed food is really good for filling you up at very little calories, and raspberries is just one of those. So are strawberries, so are blackberries. So that's why the berries go into my yogurts, because they are nice and filling. And for lunch, I'm going to make a tomato soup. One more blackberry, I think. And tonight I plan on a jacket potatoes. I think I might do either some tuna, although I think I've done that for the channel before, so I might do some Marmite mushrooms. If you've not experienced them, heard of them, discovered them, they're great. And the great thing is, with the sauce, the Marmite mushrooms, you do not need any butter for your potatoes, so they are a winner. Okay, so There we go, I've topped it. The only thing I have left to do is to put the pomegranate seeds on. Put these fresh seeds on. Perfect. There is my nice fruity vanilla kvarg for breakfast. So let's enjoy this beautiful vanilla kvarg loaded with fruit for breakfast. It's the first time I've used a vanilla one. I normally use the white chocolate. And this is so full of flavour. It really is so delightful. What do you like as a go-to breakfast? What fills you up for the day? I think the next thing I'd like to try, that I haven't tried yet, is baked oats. I've done overnight oats that I sometimes enjoy. I haven't done baked oats. I see a lot of people do, so I'm going to give those a try soon. I'm going to make my soup later, so we'll come back in a bit and do that together. So today has not gone quite as planned for me. I've had a lot of things to do. I didn't manage to get the soup made that I wanted to get made, but that's life and things get in the way. I have, however, managed to bake a potato, which I've just got out the oven. It's got nice crispy skin, as you can hear, but I am going to have that later on after my classes because this will lay too heavy on my tummy by the time I've done something else into it. So whether I'll still have Marmite mushrooms later or not, I don't know, because I will reheat this warmly in the oven later on, because I want to keep that nice crispy skin. I don't want it going soft. But for now, I am going to make myself, let me think, maybe a couple of little wholemeal sub rolls, because two of these are healthy fibre choice. So I'm going to have a couple of those. I'm going to put some ham and salad in them. They won't be too heavy on my tummy. And I might just have some more yogurt, not actually the kvarg that I had this morning. I'm going to have some skaya. And of course I've got my banana, which I haven't eaten yet because I have been rushing about like a crazy woman. So yeah, I'm going to go and make these rolls now, and I'll just get the stuff out of the fridge and we'll do that together. So I've just split these in half. Now I like to have a little bit of spreadable butter because 1 teaspoon is 1.5 Swifts. So I literally get the smallest amount on my knife, and it is just enough to give it that little bit of butter flavour. And I've done this before. I don't even think it comes to a teaspoon, not a tablespoon. It definitely comes to a tablespoon. But I've done this before, and I get the tiniest bit on my knife, so it doesn't actually come to more than a teaspoon. Probably comes a bit under if I'm honest, and it's just enough to give it that bit of flavour. So I don't need any dressings other than some salt and pepper, which I do like in a salad sandwich. So there's my very small scrape of butter in my rolls. Just move those off the board and get rid of those crumbs. Now, I've only got cherry tomatoes, so I'm going to slice some of these up. Easier to, as I do with everything, I like to prep in advance. It's easier to put together. I won't put the ends in because they don't sit flat, so I will just have these as a snack. Oh, they're so fresh and juicy. I do love these little cherry tomatoes. They're so good for so many things. They go nice on omelettes, salads, rolls. Make soup out of them. And that's what I will do. We'll probably prep some of that later so I can have it tomorrow, because I was going to do that today, but other things got in my way. It might look like I've got a lot of tomato here, but flavour. And as tomato is a free speed food, why not? Some cucumber. Chop the end off because we don't want that. Now this is a very large cucumber, so I don't think I'm going to need too much of this, but I will do, I think 6 slices. Did I get 6? No, 5, one more. And then cut them in half, because you might see they're, well actually no, they'll be alright then. I thought they would be a bit wider than the rolls, but they're actually just nice. So I've got some romaine lettuce. Just take a couple of leaves. I'm not going to shred these or anything to go into the rolls because they will just sit nicely. So I'm just going to take off the very ends and do that. Got pea shoots, which I do love. I adore them. If you've never tried pea shoots, they're not just for a garnish. They are a very good microgreen, and they taste delicious in salads, rolls. Really good. My hand opened really bizarrely, so that's not good. I'll have to put that in a Ziploc bag to keep it fresh. So we'll start off layering some nice ham in the bottom of those. And ham is a free food, nice protein, so I am going to go for 2 slices in each to keep me going. Also give me the energy for my fitness classes this evening. I'm going to cut most of the middle bit out because I want this to lay flat in these little subs. I wouldn't normally do that, but I'll probably eat that on the side with those little bits of tomato ends because I wouldn't want to waste it. Well, there we go. There we go. That's the lettuce in there. Layer the cucumber. Very nice. Now put the tomato on. properly and top them off with some pea shoots, which I'll just cut up because as they're quite curly, they can kind of, especially in these little subs, they can kind of poke out, which is all right, but it's not so easy to eat with bits poking out all the time and then they fall out. There we go. Oh, a bit chopped out. Put it in. There we go. Okay, so now I get the dog out from under my feet because Pixie's decided, oh, there's ham about. She thinks she might get some. I'm going to pop my salt and pepper on. There we go. There's the salt. And now the pepper. Well, that went on the side, but it is in the sandwich too. I'll just top them up and pop them on my plate. Now just to pop my little bits of tomato and leftover lettuce in a side bowl and we'll go and enjoy this. So I've got my banana now and I'm having a bag of these, and I believe these are about 4 swips for this little bag, but they need using up, so I thought these would be a nice little addition for my lunch. And I've got Pixie scavenging, so let's have these mini subs. Something has fallen out, but it's not going to go to waste or to Pixie. If you've never tried adding salt and pepper to a salad or a salad sandwich, try it. It really elevates it. This is delicious. Do excuse Pixie trying her luck. She's definitely not getting any. But I'm going to go and enjoy this. And then I'm going to go and get changed for fitness. So I'll see you in a bit. And just like that, I am changed and ready to go. Here is what I'm wearing today. So now let's get to class. So I'm back from my 2 fitness classes tonight. I have done Country Fit and then I have done Deck Edge Reloaded, and I'm going to have the jacket potato for my dinner that I cooked earlier. I've warmed it up in the oven and here it is. I'm just going to slice it in half. Still got its crispy skin. If I'd have done this in the microwave, it would have been softer. But I do love a really nice crispy skin jacket potato. Now, as it's late, I'm not going to do the Marmite mushrooms. I'm just going to have simple cheese and beans. I have weighed out 30 grams of reduced fat cheddar for one of my healthy extras. You can have 40 grams, but I tend to do it a bit on the lighter side. Now I have swipped some Country Life Spreadable. I've swipped a tablespoon because I'd rather over swip it than under swip it, but I'm literally going to put a tiny little scraping on. As I say, I'd like to over swip than under swip. So if I haven't had a tablespoon, I know I'm within my limits for the day. And just like a little spread on there. So there we go. Put a little bit more on that side than I did that side, so just make it even. There we go. So I have been, I have been warming my beans on the hob. I've just had a tiny little packet because I find this is one of the little packs of micro safe ones, but I still prefer things done the old-fashioned way. I think things come out a lot nicer, so I'm just going to top this with those. So this is the right size portion for me. I find the small cans are not quite enough and a big can is way too much, and as it's just me tonight, this is just right. So let's get as much of that nice tomato sauce out. These are free and really good. And now I'm just going to put on my 30 grams of reduced fat cheddar. And that in a moment will melt beautifully in. So that's my dinner tonight. I might have an apple afterwards and some Skye yogurt just for a nice little bit of dessert. So there we go, look at that, yum. Let's enjoy this. I really have been looking forward to this evening. So I haven't left it long enough for the cheese to fully melt, but that's okay. Still going to taste scrumptious. Sometimes the simplest meals are the best, especially after a long day. I've had a lot to do today, so it's really comforting to have this. And because I pre-cooked the potato earlier, didn't need long to reheat in the oven on a lower temperature. Quick, simple meal to have. So if you like watching me and seeing what I've eaten on a Thursday, busy day for me, do give this video a like. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel to see more. And feel free to leave a comment. I upload every Monday. If it's a video less than 10 minutes, I do one every other Saturday. And I do shorts every Wednesday. And I've also started super short Sundays too. So do check out everything else on my channel and follow along for my journey of what I do with staying on plan for Slimming World and maintaining my weight. Maybe I can give you some tips. I'm just going to put that out the way so I can stop my video.